Hello and welcome. It's that time. Actually, it's a couple minutes early. Just 3.5 minutes shy of my normal start time of 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But as I said in the chat, hey, I think I'm ready. I always do a little pre-flight checklist, if you will, before I do my live streams to make sure many of the issues that could pop up regarding audio and video and all my multimedia presentation and visuals and sounds, making sure everything's working as they ought to be, and they were working fine today, fortunately. So here I am, a few minutes early. So I figured, why sit around and make us all wait? I'm here, you're here. Let's get started. And Bill, I know, is waiting for the Lakers halftime to end. Might chill out with this for a few minutes before the Lakers start back again. I don't know if they start. I had it on my iPad, but now my iPad is a controller for my streaming software right now. It's cool. iPad can do a lot of things. So anyway, good to see all our happy fam, our moderator, our fearless moderator, Uncle. Good to see you, Uncle. Hey, did you get our Christmas card yet? I hope so. If not, it got lost. I think I sent it out Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday. Let me know if you got it safely, Uncle. And we just got yours in the mail today, by the way, Uncle. So thank you. I haven't had a chance to open it up yet. The mailman just came right before the live stream got started. Hey, Peter, you're out protesting horse carriages tonight. Stopping by to say hi. Hi. Well, good, Peter. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're out there. Yeah, that takes priority over what we're doing here. Go out into the real world, do some real flesh and blood, brick and mortar vegan activism. And yeah, horse carriages. Yeah, I guess that's something that people think is kind of romantic to do during the holidays, like some kind of fairy tale fantasy. Well, I'm glad you're out there letting them know. Yeah, as you're sitting there living your little fantasy, your Christmas Yuletide fantasy, horses are needlessly being exploited to pull your ass down the street on a carriage. So good for you, Peter. Awesome. Yo, Sarah, you saw Graven on Vegan Zombie stream. I think Graven might be mad at me, or it could be the time. I know this time is kind of late for her. But I remember having a little conversation with Graven in the comments, and so many world events can really just weigh on us, and she was speaking out in my comments about how she wishes more vegans would be more outspoken about the atrocities that are happening in Gaza right now. And I let her know, I agree. Yeah, what's going on there is completely unjust. It's a human tragedy. I just don't want to be the spokesperson for that and just take on more hate myself. As you guys know, I'm kind of on the edge. Shall I keep doing social media or not because of all the hate I receive without doing anything other than just sharing my opinions on veganism? I don't tell people that they suck if they're not vegan. But anyway, I'm not sure if she liked my answer or not, but I was trying to be as honest with her. You're talking to someone, me, who's not too stoked about getting more hate brought on to him. I've made all my recent videos about all the Facebook hate. So if you're watching, Graven, hope you're cool with my my position right now. I hope you can respect my I know it's kind of selfish, but my mental health focus that I've been on for a while, and continuing to strengthen my policies to help to my goal of being able to stay on social media and while simultaneously having a positive mental health experience while staying on social media. It's tough, and like I said, I just don't really want to bring on any more hate than I already am. And I know if I start dabbling into that's one of the most touch things that just sets people off right now, the war. And I've said my position. I've said what I clearly believe is wrong and immoral about it, and but I just don't want to make special content specifically about it. I just try to keep it as vegan focused as possible here. So anyway, hopefully you guys can understand that. Ditlo gets it, and hopefully if you're watching, Graven, hope you're not upset with my wanting to go down that road and make political oriented videos. I wonder, has Vegan Zombie been making political oriented videos critical of the human tragedy that's been unfolding in Gaza? I'm just kind of curious if he has or not. But I said it could be a timing thing too. I know she's for at least for a while they said had to wake up at 4 a.m. and being on the East Coast, it's a little tougher for her because it's 6 for me but 9 for her. And I know what it's like because I've been waking up for the past few weeks like at 7 or 8 because of the street construction. Past few mornings I've been getting up at 9. It feels amazing, you know. But anyway, I've been going to bed at midnight. Sarah, what's that? You talk a lot about Gaza, a lot with your bestie. You don't need to get into everywhere you go. Yes, exactly. I feel like I don't need to bring it up more than it comes up naturally in my life.
Donkey basketball are all cruel to animals.
Hey, thanks for the first super chat tip of the evening there, Metalhead. Horse carriages, horseback riding, and donkey basketball? What the hell is that? Are all cruel to animals? I don't want to ask. That sounds as if it's you put in the same sentence as horse carriages, like people riding donkeys and playing basketball. People do that? Really? Wow. That blows my mind. Hey, Uncle Veg Police needs to go to vegan school? No, just let him leave. He doesn't need to go to vegan school. He just needs to just get on with his life and try the next thing he's trying. And all I ask is, just don't make up a bunch of lies about vegan. Like, hey, Veg Police, if you're watching, hey, I'm alive right now. I know you said vegans are dropping dead like flies. And your examples were 2 raw foodists. One was an elderly 75-year-old man. But anyway, I'm still here, so I've bucked the trend another week where I haven't died as a vegan. And actually, I had some starches earlier, and I haven't turned gray yet. So I don't think he needs to go to vegan school. It just needs to be truthful and just stop intentionally spreading misinformation. Like I said, if someone's going to quit veganism, fine. I really don't care because I'm not a fascist dictator. I can't force someone to be vegan. I can't force someone to have an ethical stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I can't force someone to eat a certain way. So I've learned to, instead of getting upset when someone quits being vegan, I understand I have no control. There's nothing I can do, nothing I can really say. So all I ask is please leave and don't just lie and just try to throw veganism under the bus with just complete misinformation. Now he's bagging on oxalates. I don't think, thanks for informing me about that, Peter, but I don't want to turn this into the vegetable police nonsense response video. So channel. So I'm gonna leave it at these 2, unless he does something extremely outrageously crazy. And a lot of people have said what I've been suspicious of too, that he's just really trying to make a living on social media. And I'm not blaming him or anything like that. So he does a lot of things, says a lot of wild stuff to get reaction, to get views. Because, outrageous stuff does attract people, and boring people like myself aren't quite as attractive as the people I just say crazy stuff. Like, if you go vegan, you're going to die, and you'll also turn gray too. And also, if you go vegan, you're unable to lift things and defend yourself. That gets a lot more response than me just saying, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation, and it's not that weird of a lifestyle, and you can do any sport, anything you were doing before, and it's not weird. That doesn't get a big, I'm not going to get 1 million followers with that simple but yet very truthful message. Kudos to people like Ed who are able to put out a simple, truthful message and get a large following. Awesome. Okay, Kwane, I saw you yesterday in the live premiere, not the place to ask questions. So you want to know, is the fact that if you can live the longest life on an omnivore diet for survival, what does that mean? Give me your data. Show me that that the diet you're eating lives the longest. And that's not what I don't care. Veganism has nothing to do with longevity. I don't understand why people are still so confused. It is not a diet. It's not about longevity or something like that. Even though there's really good data that show that vegans probably will live longer than non-vegans based on the Adventist Health Study, based on how they have, the same lifestyle, same religion, health-based lifestyle, but there's vegan Adventists, vegetarian Adventists, and meat-eating Adventists. And the vegans rank highest as far as longevity goes, lowest rates of diabetes, and healthy body mass index. So there's some pretty solid science comparing a very similar cohort on these metrics, on these numbers. So I'm just kind of curious, what is your number? What is the data showing that you have a lifespan that's better than the vegan Adventist? Just kind of curious what you're going off there. But it doesn't matter, because veganism is not about longevity. You could be a vegan and eat like crap, or you could be a vegan and have pre-existing health conditions You could get hit by a bus. Veganism has nothing to do with longevity. Can we all repeat that together? Now I'm the vegan cult leader preaching to the choir. Let's all join your cult leader. Let's all say at the same time. Veganism has nothing to do with longevity. Nothing at all. Other than there is data showing if you eat a healthy vegan diet, a balanced vegan diet, there are studies that suggest that the vegans will live longer than the non-vegans based within a same cohort of Adventist health adherents, members, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, veganism is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I didn't get into veganism to try to live the longest life possible. However, if we look at the Adventist Health Study 2, not only do the vegans live longer than the non-vegan Seventh-day Adventists, the vegans have like more useful years where they're not just like bedridden or stuff like that. They're doing stuff. They're able to move around and live a healthful, productive life. So I'm not sure what you're getting off, Kwame. If you have any data to show me other than just like your wild thought experiment, do you have any data that shows that if you eat something, I'm just kind of curious now because this has nothing to do with veganism. Again, veganism is all about animal cruelty and exploitation. But the Kwame, whatever your name was, if you have any data that shows that like non-vegans live longer than vegans, I'd love to see it. I'm just curious what you have to show. Not that it would change my mind about being vegan. I'm just kind of curious if you have something I could see. Okay, so here's your data. The list on the oldest people to live shows the oldest people to live were between 114, which is the number most of them lived to, and 126. Okay, so you're saying they ate meat? Well, probably because when these people were born in the 1800s or whatever, Kwane, they had never heard of veganism. In fact, you probably would have never heard of veganism until at least the 1940s when the earliest version of this vegan society's definition first came about. Why would anyone take up a vegan diet, in the 1800s or something like that? So that's great. Yeah, you haven't disproved veganism. You just showed that people who are eating a meat diet can live a long time. It doesn't show that vegans can't match those numbers. You haven't shown that at all. Is that what you want us to infer? Because that's not what citing the lifespans of longest lived people and the fact that they're not vegan, that doesn't prove that vegans couldn't do it. Vegans haven't had a chance to do this yet. I mean, seriously, just give us some time, bro. But don't try to use some pseudoscience here because that's not a proper inference to make. Let's see. Henry wants right answers replied to him saying, he's saying to the Kwame, that's like saying the top chess masters or bodybuilders are meat eaters. Well, probably because there are far more, because there's far more meat eaters. It's like saying, a vegan could never be a good chess player because Magnus Carlsen, he's a meat eater. Gary Kasparov, a meat eater. Hikaru, a meat eater. Everyone, just go through the whole history of chess masters. Capablanca, Karpov, are meat eaters, there weren't too many vegans back in the days of the history of throughout the history of chess. So it's a strange thing to say. It doesn't really prove anything. It just proves that throughout history, throughout modern history in particular, there's been way more meat eating people, be it chess masters or bodybuilders or centurions. The Kwane, his evidence, vegan, none of them are vegan. Yeah, they all ate meat. But I showed you in my last video that in the Okinawan diet, 1% of their calories came from meat. What do you think about that? 1% of their calories came from meat. So you can't say you got to eat a bunch of meat to be healthy. 1%. 70% of their calories came from sweet potatoes. 1% from meat. So that's pretty freaking close, considering, again, there's no concept of veganism in Okinawan or Japanese culture when, during the times of the origination of the traditional Okinawan diet. They would have learned about it post-World War II, when the Vegan Society's definition first arose. And there had been many, many generations of centenarian Okinawans found the traditional Okinawan diet there. So that was the closest probably we could come to, is a diet with 1% of meat. Considering, again, why would they want to be vegan? They'd never heard of it before. They 1% of their calories from meat. So the examples you're bringing up here actually weaken your cause. Yeah, they ate meat, 1% of their calories from meat. They're as close to vegan without ever being aware of what veganism is. Robert Bird, yeah, one person that lives longer is not proof. You hear about these people. Oh, yeah, I know. I read some story about some guy. He lived to be 105 and he smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Therefore, we know for a fact that cigarettes don't cause cancer. No, he was just an outlier. It's a known fact that nicotine in cigarettes is a carcinogen. And it's all about probabilities. It doesn't mean that everyone who smokes cigarettes will develop lung cancer or emphysema, but you have a higher chance, a higher probability. And that's how science, that's what they deal in, with probabilities, likelihoods of something happening. Yeah, it's totally possible you could smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day and live to be 100 and never have any lung cancer or emphysema. Is it likely? No. You're rolling the dice and the odds are stacked against you, but nothing's 100% except death and taxes eventually. So anyway, the chat bot's excited tonight. What'd you do, darling? Let me apologize for our chat bot. Kwani, you're asking if you're justified in eating animal products for survival. What do you mean survival? Not living to. What do you mean survival? What are you talking about? You talking about, say your plane crashes in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, you land on a tiny atoll, and there's really hardly any plants. You need to go in the water and start picking out some crabs to eat or something like that. Yeah, you don't want to die. Yeah, veganism is not a death cult. Veganism really doesn't apply if you're in a life or death situation. You're trying to live long enough so you can be found, so the search and rescue team will find you. And yes, was that what you're asking? Yeah, I've said this 100 billion times. Yeah, if you're gonna die, don't die. Veganism is about when you have options. If you can dig around the water and find some sea urchins and crabs and crap like that, and that will keep you alive long enough to stay alive to be rescued so you get brought home and then go back to your vegan way of eating. Yes, 100%. I've never suggested that veganism is a death cult and that you would be forced to die if you were stranded on a desert island surrounded by crabs and stuff like that, but you have to die for veganism. No, that's not what veganism is. Veganism is not a death cult. Do we want to ban this guy with the orange username, the macho guy, or block him? I think Uncle, I got an email or something from YouTube saying when you put people in timeout now, you have options. I think you can put them in timeout for different amounts of time. Let me see if I can do this right now. Yeah, you can select how many minutes, 10 seconds, 1 minute. It used to be 5 minutes only. You could put them in timeout for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10, 30 minutes, up to 24 hours. So I just want to let you know that, Uncle. You should have that ability too as a moderator. Let me know if it's not there for you. It's kind of cool. You can ban someone for 1 minute or 10 minutes or a day. It's cool to have options. So anyway, Kwani, I don't know what you're talking about. The main definition of survival, the act or fact of living or continuing longer than another person or thing. I don't know what was that the definition of survival? I might sense of survival as if you're in a life and death survival situation. I didn't know my survival depends on me outliving other people. I don't understand that. Is that what you mean survival means? For the Quade, survival means that he desires to live out all other people. That's a weird desire, bro. All you need to know is that a vegan diet is not incompatible with longevity because of the Venice Health 2 studies and others. Yeah, Jan Marie, survival is just to stay alive. Let's look up the definition of survival. Since he's trying to tell us the main definition of survival somehow involves trying to outlive other people. I'm not really buying that assertion, so let's just look it up. Survival. Let's see. The state or fact of continuing to live or exist. Where does that say? Then let's compare that with his definition again. He's asserting the main definition of survival is the act or fact of living or continuing longer than another person or thing. No, that's the main definition. It's so we can see more. Oh, here's another one. Okay. The act or fact of living or continuing longer than another person of thing. Let's see. B. The continuation of life or existence, such as problems of survival in Arctic conditions. The act or fact of living or continuing longer than another person or thing. I'm not sure how to interpret that. Is that like a contest? Is that what that first definition? It's like survival's like a contest, like a survival of the fittest or something like that. That's not what that's not how you should make your construct your life around that. There's no need to outlive other. We're not in a contest, Kwane. I'm not in a contest to outlive you. You shouldn't be in a contest to outlive me. I know for a fact that if you eat a healthy, balanced vegan diet, as the Adventist Health Study 2 shows, you're going to live at least 10 years longer than average eating Californians. That's where the study's taking place. And you'll live longer than your typical meat-eating Seventh-day Adventist. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you justified in eating meat? What makes you believe that eating meat will confer longevity? It seems contrarian. You should be saying, hey, since studies show, like in the Adventist Health Study 2, that the Adventists that don't eat meat live longer than the ones that eat meat. So if your goal is to live a long time, why would you want to follow a diet that reduces longevity? I don't understand the hypothesis. It seems completely backwards, but I think I've given you enough time, Kwane. Come back with a good answer. We need to move on though, okay? I don't understand why you think eating meat is going to give you a survival advantage. Since we're not talking about survival like on a desert island, we're talking about living in the civilized world and going to the grocery stores, that kind of survival. I don't understand why you think eating meat confers a survival advantage, and you mean, and your definition of survival means longevity, which I don't think that's what the definition says. I think you're kind of twisting it to mean longevity, but given that studies don't confirm that eating meat provides longevity, I'm just kind of curious. It makes no sense. Yeah, good point, Jesse. Who the hell can afford to live to 120? I don't want to live to be 120. Oh, there's a great question, Carl. Say it were found somehow. Let's just suspend disbelief. This is a thought experiment. Carl Baumsman brings a great thought experiment. Say it were somehow confirmed to be a true fact that if we were to eat the Kwane, it'll make us live to be 150. Would we be justified in killing and then eating the Kwane? There's something special in the Kwane's molecules or something like that. You don't have to eat them every day for the rest of your life. You just need to consume all of the consumable parts of the Kwane's body. If you can do that, if you can kill and consume all of the Kwane's body, you would pretty much be guaranteed to live to 150, assuming you don't get hit by a bus or have die in a plane crash or something like that, some kind of accident. But yeah, as far as like your body breaking down and getting disease, you'll be immune to all of that. until the age of 150 if you eat the body of Kwane. Would that be justifiable? What do you guys think? If we somehow knew that for an absolute fact, if we could go wherever the Kwane is, capture him and eat him, we would live like another 100 years or whatever. Is that justifiable? What do you guys think? Is AJ here? I haven't seen AJ. Hey, there's AJ. Hello, AJ. All our regulars are getting here. Astro Alumnus asks, hey, AJ, would you like a slice of the Kwane? Yeah, Kwane, we did find the same definition of survival, but I don't think they mean longevity. That's what I'm kind of thinking here, like in the way you do, like actions one can take in their life, such as dietary, to get longevity gains. And then I'm telling you, the longevity gains don't seem to support eating a bunch of meat. But anyway, let's move on. Bob suggests eat his toenails. No, say we found that we had to eat his flesh and blood, or his flesh, not his blood, his body flesh. Just in this crazy thought experiment. I'm just trying to unpack the assumption that Kwane has here. So anyway, what's that, Timothy? Most people's definition of survival is making it out of bed and to the kitchen to eat breakfast. What is the Kwane? Good question, AJ. It's a person who's been chatting with us, wanting to know if he's justified in eating meat in order to try to live to 120, because most of the people that live to be over 110 ate meat. We're kind of went down this weird way of thinking. Anyway, that's that, AJ. We're kind of moving on past there. So anyway, so let's move on. Any new questions here? I apologize if I missed some of your questions when we were dealing with this Kwane question, but yeah, that's why I don't want people to take up too much of our time. No one should be able to monopolize my time. It's our time here. It's our shared time, so we should be able to equally enjoy it. Uncle, I didn't see. Did you get our card in the mail? Because I think I sent it Monday, so I was predicting it would get there Wednesday. But I know mail delivery is a little more slowed down this time of year, so I'm thinking you probably got it by today. Let me know if you got that, Uncle. And my apologies if I didn't see your answer earlier. I guess I got distracted by the Kwane. It is our time, Mr. Hand. Vegan Metalhead. Yeah, the bot doesn't know Indonesian swear words. Just basically a common American English swear words. So, if you want to swear in another way of vernacular, you could probably got it. Oh, cool, Uncle. You got both cards. Awesome. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Uncle. You'll put it to good use. Awesome. I'm glad it all arrived safely for you. And I figured it'd be something that you could make great use of. Hey, Brian Kroc. My simple question is, how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good now, Brian. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we're just trying to have more peaceful, less troll-oriented live streams here. Just to really, really fully embrace the community that I've been developing on these Friday live streams. I was reading, speaking of longevity, I was reading a story in my news feed on Apple News about 5 or 7 traits that people that have good longevity have, 5 or 7 things they got going on. I'm looking, okay, yeah, they exercise, check, eat a healthy diet, check, and a few other things. One was community. I go, oh, yeah, I don't get out much, so I don't go out and hang out with friends, but I got you guys. So, I said check. I think what we're doing here will count as community. Maybe some of the longevity experts say, you really need, this is great. They're not going to say this is bad or anything, but really need to get more flesh and blood community time. But for me, this is my main community time. So I consider you guys community, and it's part of my healthful lifestyle to live a long time, doing the diet stuff, exercise stuff, I forgot what the other things were off the top of my head, but I did them all. But you guys are helping me live longer. So I want to say thank you to you all. And hopefully we are helping you as a community here. We're helping you to live longer, because if you don't have a community that you're hanging out with much, if you're kind of a home-based person, a introvert-based person like I am, this might be it. So anyway, Seven Face, have I bought any new vinyl lately? No, but I'm quite excited. One of my my 1998 Love Spirals Downwards album, Flux, we're talking with people right now to re-release it on vinyl, so I'm learning more about how that works out. But no, I haven't bought any new. I'm trying to actually get rid of vinyl rather than accumulate more at this point. But I'll take in my own vinyl if one of my releases gets released on vinyl. Travis W. I don't think the Trans-Siberian Orchestra records music in Siberia, and it's not trans musicians either. That's a strange name, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Anyway, let's see. What'd you get, Uncle? A seasonal Trader Joe's gingerbread loaf. Really? Wow. I gotta look for that. Lots of ginger and sticky. Sampling it right now. That sounds pretty good. Wow. Maybe I'll head there tomorrow and pick up one of those. It's right next door to a Veggie Grill here in Long Beach. And what's cool is Veggie Grill, for like the rest of this week, they're doing a buy one get one free sandwich or burger. Yeah, we got the email on Monday, so that's where we went. Went to Trader Joe's and Veggie Grill on Monday and picked up a few goodies at Trader Joe's and bought one sandwich and got another sandwich for free. It's pretty cool. So maybe we'll do that again tomorrow. Uh-oh, Jesse, making you hungry. Uh-oh. It's always a possible problem on these live streams. What'd you have, Fu Manpu? A spicy cabbage meal. Awesome. Let's see. Wow, be unique. You saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra once. They were really good. Steven Tyler was a guest and played with Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Awesome. Wow. Well, we'll see if any more trolls come, Vegan Metalhead. You can talk to them in Indonesian. I'm pretty next to certain they will not understand a word of what you're saying, but feel free. Yay, Jokic. How's it going, Jokic? Good, was it morning to you out there in, morning and no, late night, right? Late night in Europe. What is it out there for you? So what do you consider late night or early morning for you, Jokic? Fritz, tips on dining with non-vegan friends. Yeah, I don't know if you can always do this. I mean, depends what the occasion is, If it's just someone like, a friend of mine wanting to meet up and catch up and chit-chat and stuff like that, we're meeting at a vegan place. Or we're eating at a place that doesn't really serve food, like maybe a coffee house or something like that, But that's it. If you want to hang out with me, we're going to a vegan place. If it's something that I can't control, is like a family gathering or something like that, then I try to, if I can, not be there. Like, come later on. Like, if it's a holiday thing, if I know they're going to have dinner at 5, I'll roll in at 6 or 6:30. Maybe I'll bring some of my own stuff with me if possible. Ooh, thank you, Nothingness, for gifting 5 Happy Healthy Vegan memberships. Let's see who got one. Cool, Jokic got one. Awesome. Who else got one? Chris Murphy got one. Anna Christina Harris. And Nikki. And yeah, woo, Sarah. That's right. So Travis got one. Otters and Elephants got one too. Awesome. Cool, Travis. You're a member finally. And the timing couldn't be better because Angie was just saying, hey, we got to do a Happy Fam members only live stream really soon. It's the holidays. So I'm not sure if we're going to schedule it way ahead of time or we're just going to kind of do it kind of random. You'll get a notification. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but we're going to do at least one, so be on the lookout for that. So I apologize if it doesn't work out timing for you. It's hard to get it so it works out for everyone, but we're going to do it. So don't worry. We will, not to say you're worried, but we will get a Happy Fam only members only live stream this month for sure. Robert Bird, you got your cookbook. Cool. I remember sending it out a few weeks ago to you out there on the other side of the world. So I was wondering how long it would take, and would you get it before Christmas? Awesome. Plenty of margin there for for if it got delayed. So I'm cool. I'm glad you got it with plenty of time there. Awesome. Sarah, you have family coming in town, so you'll be busy during Christmas. Good. We're not gonna do it right on Christmas, Sarah. Yeah, we're not that. Yeah, we're not like that. Yeah, I mean we could do one then too, but we'll probably do one just like randomly next week or something like that. So, ooh, I didn't mean to clap so loud if it got in the microphone really close here. So yeah. Don't worry. I don't think our plan is to do it like the days before or after Christmas. But I can't say for sure. But that's not the plan. Yeah, it was so nice of you, Nothingness. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's see. Uncle, what's happening for Christmas this year? It's gonna rain. That's what I saw. Southern California, just California in general. We're gonna have like a week of rain starting like Monday. Like we're gonna have another nice like 75 degree day tomorrow. Then Sunday's gonna change, and it's gonna be raining for a lot of next week. I heard maybe even this time next week when I'm doing the live stream, it might be raining cats and dogs. We'll see. So yeah, and I saw that around Christmas, like the day of or the day before, we should get a nice pounding of rain too. So we're probably, if that's the case, we're probably just gonna kick it here. I don't like driving in the rain anyway, especially if it's pouring, and just a good excuse to not go to someone's house that day. So we'll just probably be chilling or something. Maybe you'll watch us if we have an impromptu live stream then too, or something like that. Let's see. What's that say? You're making tofurkey ham for Xmas, and you're making vegan zombies lasagna for Christmas Eve. That sounds good, man. I want some lasagna. That sounds great. Yeah, there's guys around here that sell like we did it for Thanksgiving, vegan tamales. But yeah, if it's gonna be raining, I don't know if I want to drive out to pick up the tamales. So we'll see how it all works out. Maybe I shouldn't be such a wimp. I'll see how the weather goes. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Happy early Yule from me and Astra. Thank you so much, Chris Murphy, for your super kind and generous super chat tip there. I want to say this is the last live stream of autumn. By the time I see you guys next week, the winter solstice will have happened, and it'll be winter. So this is the last one. So happy early Yule. Yes, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Oh, Angie's here. Awesome. So you guys saying hello to Angie. I'll just chill for a second as Angie makes her presence felt there in the chat. Oh, Metalhead, you already know you're working on Christmas. That sucks. So hopefully it won't be like horrible weather for you. Hopefully it won't be raining hard or snowing or something like that. Unless you like that and are used to that. Me, having grown up pretty much my whole life here, I suck at driving. I don't think I suck at driving in the rain. I see so many people that suck at driving in the rain that I drive a little cautious, But then I see people that drive way too slow as well. So I don't drive. I try to drive at an appropriate, reasonable, intelligent pace in the rain. But I see people speeding up. I think some people think, "Oh, it's raining. This sucks." So I'm just going to drive faster to try to get there sooner, so I can get out of the rain quicker. Not realizing they're creating more of a risk of accident. Anyway, lasagna too for you, Kimberly. Awesome. You're loafing on Christmas, like some kind of like neat loaf or something, Fu Man? Yeah, Metalhead. Yeah, it could be snowing for you on Christmas, huh? Sarah, you've gotten so much better with the ice snow driving. Yeah, you're like me, a California raised kid. Like, I guess you got better just by having to deal with it, right? Being living somewhere where there's more cold weather elements like that. Because I'd be scared to death to drive on ice or snow. Like, I've never driven on chains. Is that something that you need up there, Sarah? I wouldn't know what to do. My favorite Christmas movie, huh? Angie, do you know? I see your comment. You said you're getting a spinning ball. I see your comment now. If you're wondering, Angie, I see your hand icon emojis there. But do we have a favorite Christmas movie? I don't think I do. Maybe Angie can help me recall something that I'm not coming up with right now. Yeah. Sometimes I'll watch some old episodes of the OC. You guys might have heard that of that series that was on in the mid 2000s. They have a few Chrismica episodes that are cool. Yeah, in fact, I like all the Chrismica episodes actually. Maybe my favorite one is from season 4, but anyway, that might be it. And Fritz, I don't have any favorite vegan cheeses. Angie might have some that she's likes, and there's ones that might be favorites as far as something you would buy more regularly versus something you might get on occasion, like Miyoko's or something like that. Yeah, I haven't really seen too many of those movies you guys are talking about. I've heard of them, but I can't say I can recall them all that much. Oh yeah, Be Unique. Yeah, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Yeah, that's one of my faves for sure. Dr. Zeus. Yeah, I saw the Festivus things before. That's all right. It's okay. It's just kind of funny. Just like on Friends, the Christmas armadillo. I wouldn't mind seeing that again, maybe. That's just kind of funny. It's not like awesome, like life changing, but it's pretty funny, I guess, Wow, Foo, man, you did a scary 360 in your truck on an icy US Highway 1, which is like the main road up near in Northern California, Arcata, 1990. Almost sold yourself. Yeah, scary sounding. That would be me, driving all poorly. Is Dr. Bear here? Hey, Dr. Bear, hey, all is good now. We're just missing VLAM. So let me know if VLAM arrives. What is Festivus? It's from Seinfeld. Just Google Seinfeld Festivus. It was actually a cool flavor of Ben and Jerry's too, but I don't believe they ever made a vegan version of Festivus. But I remember digging that back in the day. Wow, Stater Brothers has vegan cheese, Fallon Murray? Wow. I don't even know if there's a Stater Brothers around here. I don't even know if I've been in a Stater Brothers, to be honest. I mean, I see them from time to time when I'm on like road trips, but I don't think I got a Stater Brothers around. Yeah, Angie. Yeah, she's got it right. We really don't. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, we really don't watch Christmas movies on a regular basis. The OC, the Christmica episodes are a thing, and they have cool Thanksgiving ones too. And we didn't watch any for Thanksgiving, so Angie, I think we need to watch a couple Christmicas this year. Maybe tonight. If we're not watching anything, I think we're caught up on everything. Maybe we'll watch a Christmica tonight, or no, it's too soon. We'll watch it when it's closer. Like, it's hard to get into the Christmas vibe, guys. It was like 74 degrees, 75 degrees out there today. It was beautiful, sunny and warm. I'm not feeling like the wintry Christmas cold vibes yet. But anyway. Yeah, you're right. Maybe 5 years ago we watched Home Alone films on Christmas Eve, and then you got sick or something. Didn't you catch the flu later that night or something like that? Let's see. Dr. Barry, that's cool. I'm gonna read you verbatim here. I feel I have been having to use the skills you, talking about me, use when debunking grifters. My colleague wants to hire this AI company, but the founders don't even have a computer science degree. Like, whoa, no, AI is a very technical field. I mean, you should be trained in computer science. I mean, it's just not something that I could get into. I could start hacking stuff around. I worked for, tech companies in the past, internet companies. So I could do it. I could start an AI company, but I know I'm woefully unqualified. Yeah, you need people who have computer science degrees and actually have training, like real training in AI. Anyway. Oh yeah, Angie. Yeah, I'm telling AJ that Angie, I think today produced a video using the Grinch footage with the cover song I made with Love Spirals Downwards back in 1999. Or 98. I forgot. I made a cover of the Grinch. That I was thinking of no, I did a cover of the Yahoo Boris song. Yeah, that one. Welcome Christmas. Yeah. That was a few years before, maybe mid 90s or something like that. Anyway, no one cares. Pete, thoughts on vegans dating non-vegans? Hey, you're asking the wrong person because I'm vegan, Angie's vegan. I'm not on the dating scene or anything like that. So my answer is just purely hypothetical, purely academic, not based in the real world. I personally would find it hard to be able to date someone in my mind. It just seems like it would be tough. But I don't know. You guys, who are dating can share your experiences. I'm just glad Angie took a chance on me because when we met, she was vegetarian. I wasn't, but she knew I had been vegetarian in the past, so she thought, okay, I can work with this guy. So I'm grateful that she took a chance on me. Primary blend, 12 days of Christmas is a thing? Like what, getting a gift every day? Yeah, Trading Places, Kwani, that is kind of a Christmas movie, huh? I actually wouldn't mind seeing Trading Places again. I remember digging that back in the 80s. Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, yeah, after we watched those two Home Alones, yeah, you barfed up our dinner and you were sick for like a month, literally. Like, it was so funny. It was such a quick change of events. I remember we were watching the movies. I hadn't seen them before. We exchanged some gifts amongst each other. We're sitting around, full on you and me, our pets, a family. I remember having some really, I feel good. I'm having a happy moment. This is nice. And then not too long after that, maybe 10, 15 minutes after that, you were barfing and were sick for like a month with one of the worst flus you ever had. So that's just weird. It just switched like that from, this is a great moment to like, what the hell is happening? Troy, yeah, Angie and I have never been big on having kids. I see Gretchen. Hey, Gretchen. Hello, good to see you, Gretchen, fellow Californian. No, yeah, Angie and I have never big on the kids thing, and we decided, we love each other. We got married, but yeah, we didn't have any intentions to have children. If someone wants to have kids, that's cool for them. It's not our life plan. And we're just calculating today. We were watching some TV shows, a couple around our age. They're House Hunters on House Hunters International. They're looking for a place in Spain. And I was surprised at how low their budget was, considering the breadwinner of the family is a banker. I'm going, the reason probably they don't have that much savings because they have 3 kids who have left the nest. So it's expensive to raise 3 children in California. They're from California. They're going to expensive colleges and cars and all that stuff. They're probably more broke than we are, possibly. So yeah, it's a good financial life hack to not have children. You might want to consider that if you want to like retire early or not have to get a high income job to support a lifestyle that might be out of your range or something like that. Anyway, hey, thanks. Be unique. Thank you for the super chat tip there. Much appreciated. My version of the Love Spirals Downwards version of Welcome Christmas is your favorite Christmas song. You're just such a thanks so much. Awesome. See, we're real serious musicians here. You guys probably think, he's just like a musician on the side. No, I'm really a musician first who happens to be a vegan, and I'm passionate about veganism too. So I've been a vegan, whatever you want to call me, or activist or something like that for a long time. So thank you. Thank you, Be Unique. Okay, so for the historical accuracy, Angie says, 1995, I recorded that with my prior band and singer Suzanne. And the video is just a few years old, though. Okay, I wasn't sure what the timing of the video part was. All right, awesome. Kids are a risky retirement plan. In what sense? Like that they're going to take care of you in retirement? But I'm just saying the opportunity cost you have of having money saved that you spent on kids is something to consider. I'm not saying it should be a deal breaker for anyone, but it's something to take into serious consideration. So Angie clarifies, we Love Spirals, and Angie B Solo. We've done some Christmas songs too. Angie, I'm reading Angie's message here. I wrote an original tune called Happy Holidays that we, Love Spirals, recorded in 2010 as a solo song for her album, as Angie B, and then made a new version, a more dream pop shoegazer version in 2012 as Love Spirals. Look up Happy Holidays here on YouTube. And unfortunately, yeah, we can't monetize that our Happy Holidays as Love Spirals because we released it on a compilation with my old record label Project, who I still release stuff with from time to time. We just did something in October or November that just came out. I think I shared the whole song with you. And when I did, my monetization got either taken away or split. I forgot. Anyway, yeah, that's up there on YouTube, so stream it. I won't get a penny out of it. Because our old label owns the streaming rights to that, which is totally cool with me. But anyway, let's see what else you guys talking about. Be unique. Angie B, I will look it up. I love anything. Love Spirals and Love Spirals Downwards. Awesome. Oh, I see our Streamlabs bot. Yeah, you can still order a book. Someone just ordered one today. Angie, I think, promoted it on Instagram, was it? You can still get our book on sale. The Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook still on sale here. We're selling it. It's normally 25 bucks because it's full freaking color. It's a giant book. There's a lot of paper here, a lot of photographs, and it's been 25 bucks since it came out in 2020. We lowered it to $18 for the holiday time. So let me give you guys a link for that right now. Oh, there's our definition of survival. 1 second, guys. I'll give you a link to the book. And if you're happy, fam, look on the community tab, and there's a discount code that you can use to get even a little bit more off. That's for our channel members. So still 18 bucks is insane. I don't think we've ever had it this low before. So here it is. Our book is on sale. Not sake, sale. There we go. There we go. So the link's down there. Get it. And there's still time. As long as you're not international. If you're in the United States, I'm going to the post office on Monday. I just write it down. For sure, I'm going to the post office on Monday. So you should get it, by next week. And I'm saying, give this, if you don't want it for yourself, give it as a gift. If you're like me and wait till the last second to shop for people, don't get them some corny gift, some stupid cologne that no one wants, or what other dumb gifts do people give? Give a book of good healthful meals that people can make, and show them how simple and fun and delicious plant-based meals are. They don't even have to be vegan. Just if they eat plants, they can make these meals. Yeah, get one for your boyfriend's mom. Even people who are kind of vegan curious or plant-based curious, this would be a great introduction to show them oh, I can do this. This is easy. I can make this stuff. I can totally be vegan or plant-based. Okay, yeah, Angie promoted that little vid on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Cool. So we got a sale there. So I'm telling you, I'm going to the post office because of the sale that Angie generated. And if I can get any tonight, I'll definitely, Angie and I will sign them if you want, and we'll take it. So get the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook for Christmas, because we still have quite a few and we want to move them out of here. Ooh, Sarah just gifted 5 memberships. Awesome, Sarah. Let's see who's getting them. Thank you so much, Sarah. Who's going to get them this time? Primary Blend. Awesome. Angie got one. Angie always gets one. Allison. Awesome. St. Pete Runner and Vegan Han. Awesome. Remember, Vegan Han got gifted one in the past. So cool. 4 out of 5 ain't bad, Sarah. We'll take it. Awesome. Thanks so much. Wow. I still don't understand how YouTube doesn't understand Angie B is not a normal person. Anyway, a normal person, she's a moderator. Anyway, totally cool. Thank you, Sarah. Much appreciated. We're going to have an amazing Happy Fam channel members only live stream this month. So I said, I don't know when it's going to be. I'm not sure how much notice we're going to give you, but we give you an hour's notice, 2 or 3 days notice, or just come on spontaneously. I don't know, but me and Angie will be sitting here or in some room in this house and do a live stream for you guys. Well, yeah, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. It's really generous of you. Thank you. Angie's not a normal person. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to describe Angie. Yeah, she's not a normal person. Me and Angie are not normal. Rebecca, you're making the Hoppin' John recipe right now. Awesome. You saw y'all's post and knew I wanted to make this weekend. Oh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, that's a family recipe from my mom's southern side. It's like from Arkansas. So yeah, it's a tradition. We have to eat black-eyed peas on New Year's Eve. So I got to go and score them now. Go down to the market and get a few cans of black-eyed peas. Because I don't know if there's going to be a mad rush for black-eyed peas or not at the store. That's why you love us, AJ, because we're weird. We're not normal people. I wouldn't say we're weird or anything, but we're not normal. That's definitely sure. We're not normal. Do I see Jordan Vegan? Hey, Jordan Vegan. Hello. You came at a good time because Angie's kicking around in the live chat as well, Jordan. Good to see you. Are you feeling better? Did you go to the Sanctuary today? Let's see. What else did I miss there? Robert's not a normal person either. Kind of being vegan makes you a not normal person, sort of, right? Just kind of by definition, how we're in the minority. Anyway, I don't know why I chose that word. But anyway, ooh, Ryan coughed. Veganism debunked. Woo. Sarah, she knows. Yeah, I'm totally weird. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty weird too. But in a cool way. When someone's like too weird, they're just too hard to deal with. You don't want to be around them. Just too much drama. And, I don't think I'm that weird. But I'm definitely not a normal person. Okay, yeah, you're right, Angie. The Hoppin' John's recipe is nothing like my mom's plain beans. But yeah, you made it just better. You took an idea and you ran with it with your genius brain and transformed the idea into something really cool. What's that, Fu Man? What, the log jammer ride, Disneyland or Magic Mountain? Dr. Bear, as a vegan, socialist, and atheist, definitely not normal. And you're probably not welcome in about maybe, 5 or 10 states perhaps. Don't know. I'm not even sick, Jordan, but are you sick? Let's see. Okay, you didn't go because you're going tomorrow. I just had a little cough. I don't know, who knows why. Allison, your boyfriend's mom has always been about health. She was vegetarian and now she's plant-based, but loves animals, but not 100% vegan. I feel like she would love the recipes. She brought her... I can't wait to see what goes on there. But yeah, this is someone to be perfect for. Someone who's has the desire to be vegan because they know animals are awesome. You should love animals, not chop them into bits and put them in your mouth and have your stomach digest them. You should love animals. So yeah, just maybe a book like ours would be that further push over the cliff to jump down in the beautiful pool of veganism. And again, show how simple, easy, and delicious eating plant foods are. What's that, Mark? You found out when peeps find out you're vegan. Lately, they ask you more about recipes and bring in some more plants in the diet. Yeah, I find people like that too, particularly when I'm at the gym. I'll get into a few more discussions like that. Rarely at the gym does someone say, "Oh, you're vegan? Oh man, you're gonna suck," or something like that, because they know I don't suck, But I'm talking about on the basketball court. But yeah, often I'll get people saying, "Hey, I was trying that too. I saw that that movie and tried it for a bit," and they've said some interesting things. They felt like they were more attracted to women or something like that when they went vegan. Weird things like that. These are guys. Yeah, Uncle got our card, Angie. He got it already. He got both cards, actually. There's two, one card within a card. Yeah, Nikki, yeah, I love when people ask for recipes too. Yeah, but yeah, better when they ask Angie. Let's see. More attracted to women. What I was trying to say, Bob, this guy I was talking to, he's about 50. He said he was what was I? He wanted to have sex more often with this woman. That's what I'm trying to say. More attracted. I wasn't trying to be graphic there. So you had to, okay, that's what I was trying to not say so explicitly there. He felt like eating plants made him really want to get down with this lady more often. Libido gains, exactly. That's what I should have said. But I guess I'm not a normal person. I didn't think of the proper term right off the bat there. That's cool, Jordan. Your favorite chicken at the Sanctuary is Mel Mel Melody. Awesome. Oh, you asked about the log jam because you're constipated. Yeah, there's the log ride at Knott's Berry Farm. There's not really a log ride at Disneyland. I don't think there's one at Magic Mountain, but I really don't. I can't say I haven't been there in like decades. I think last time I went to Magic Mountain was like 1995 or something like that. Let's see. What's that, Metalhead? I had a server 2 weeks ago that was very vegan friendly dietary wise. She loves your favorite vegan restaurant. Awesome. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, not everyone has to be vegan as long as they're not hateful of veganism. If they're cool about it, that's awesome. Virile. I could have said that too. Yes. Used to go to Magic Mountain in the 80s. Wow, that's a long trip for you, Sarah. The stream keeps borking on you. Huh. Can you refresh or quit your YouTube app if that's what you're watching on, Angie? Probably just restart it, you know? It seems pretty solid on my end. Is the stream pretty... Just get someone else's perspective. How about a couple of you guys tell me if the live stream's been functioning as it should be for you guys. Just say, yes, it works or something like that. It's been working fine. Your fam was in Whittier when you're in SoCal. Oh, well, I grew up not too far from there, Sarah. That's crazy. Wow, I wonder if we ever went to any clubs or anything. Did you go to any like goth clubs in the 80s or 90s or something like that? Okay, Uncle, it's solid. William, this live stream looks good. Cool. Chris, man, almost an hour and no real trolls. I think the trolls have given up on us. I think some of the trolls were sitting here as like employees of the meat industry, and they don't want to waste their time anymore because they don't make any headway here. Hey, thank you, AJ, for the Black Eyed Peas Fund.
Black Eyed Peas Fund.
Okay, we can get a lot of cans of Black Eyed Peas for New Year's, so I'm going to stock up on Black Eyed Peas for New Year's and the next like supply chain shortage. You know, we'll have plenty of Black Eyed Peas thanks to AJ. So we're sitting there next year when the supply chain breaks down. Hey, thanks to AJ, we're set with the Black Eyed Peas. Thank you, AJ. Sarah, yeah, Long Beach is close to Whittier. You went down there maybe 3 times a year to see fam. Well, yeah, fam all over, Sarah. That's wild and that's awesome. Yeah, where did all the trolls go? I was saying, yeah, when AJ made that super kind Black Eyed Peas donation, that I had a suspicion that some of these trolls were employees of the meat and dairy industry, because as we've learned, they actually have a financially backed program to like troll and spread misinformation. So I think a lot of them were coming here, and I don't think they liked how I was putting the words up on the poop wall and showing how what they're saying is complete nonsense. I think they just ran away. You know, they don't want to come back here because they're not getting their money's worth here. I'm making them look like just idiots. So that's my guess. Bill, don't tell me how the game went, okay? Please don't tell me how the game went. So I guess the game is over. Am I correct, Bill? Let me think. 4:30, and it's 7 now. Yeah, so the game should have the Laker game should have ended. So let's. Now I'm gonna go watch the highlights, or maybe it'll be a replay, because when the Lakers play these really early games in the East Coast or in Texas, most Californians are at work. Southern Californians are at work, so they'll usually play them again later. So I'll see if they have a replay. But thanks for coming back, Bill. Angie, we had some trolls late in the stream. I don't even remember anymore, to be honest with you. Kwane was kind of trolling us a little bit earlier, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'll read your question, Kwane. Isn't plant-based a diet? Yeah, plant-based is a diet. It's not an ethical stance against animal cruelty. Plant-based denotes that you're eating a diet that's based on plants. Yeah, it's a diet. It's not veganism is. Yeah, vegans technically are eating a vegan or plant-based diet. What I don't like about plant-based diet, to me, just that phrase is so ambiguous. It doesn't specify that you're eating only plants. It doesn't articulate that, it just or stipulate that, it's plant-based. Like, most of my food is based on plants, but there's a little bit that's not based on plants. But yeah, if you're defining plant-based diet as a diet that is only plants, it's a diet. Yeah, I mean, it's not a diet in the sense like a weight loss diet, but it's a kind of diet, like a Mediterranean diet or something like that. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not veganism, if that's what you're wondering. It denotes a way of eating that is based on plants, but not based upon moral or ethical considerations. It could be based upon health considerations, environmental impact considerations. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Sarah, yeah, we don't consume any animal products. We're vegan. And we do it for certain reasons. Yeah, I like all the environmental and health stuff. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally in love with those benefits too. But the reason why I went vegan was not for those things. Those are things I learned about afterwards. What's that astral based? Astral alumnus, plant based is a good word to use when you, it, my, what? It might, you don't want to trigger someone? I don't know why, if someone's triggered by vegan, that's on them. I can't be responsible for people's bad mental health or someone being a precious snowflake. When I say I'm vegan, I'm just talking about me. I'm not talking about the other person. I'm not making any moral judgment upon them or about them. I'm not calling anyone. I'm just saying I'm vegan. So if someone's triggered about that, I'm not saying anything that's inherently offensive. So I feel fine saying vegan. Again, if someone's a precious snowflake, they're a precious snowflake. That has nothing to do with me. Saying that you're vegan is not triggering. So I understand what you're saying, Astral Alumnus. Sorry you're having technical trouble there. I get it, yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you feel safer, if you don't want to trigger anyone, I get it. A lot of people are easily triggered. Exactly. A lot of anti-vegans are super easily triggered. And if you just don't want to be there and like get in some kind of fight or discussion or debate or whatever, yeah, just say plant-based. And I bet you then, though, most of those easily triggered precious snowflakes will still be triggered. A lot of them still be triggered when you say plant-based. They are, Howdy. They're snowflakes. They get so many people get triggered about the concept of veganism, even if you're not saying it in any kind of judgmental way. Like how I talked about in my 2 videos about the haters on Facebook. We weren't saying anything judgmental. Hey, here's a vegan pizza or a vegan something. They get triggered. So we can't cater our content around the fact that there's precious snowflakes out there. That's on them. They're the ones with the mental health issues. Mine's pretty good. I want to keep it that way. And anyway. Yeah, I see Angie telling Jordan how we ran into that cat that Jordan made some nice donations to. The cat that kind of lived in our yard. We had no idea where he really lived at until he got attacked and needed veterinary bills and stuff to get paid because his real owners, it's funny how they spread some flyers around and they always said, we know who this cat is. His name is Tux. And anyway, yeah, thanks. Yeah, Jordan, for helping him out as we did as well. Yeah, what did Angie say? We ran into Tux's family a few months back and they said he's all healed up and doing well. Living a totally indoor life now. So I guess we'll never see Tux unless we go over and say hi to him. Just thought Jordan and you old school fan would like to know that Tux the cat, who kind of was our spiritual outdoor cat, but not really ours, he's good. Is Bob nice now? Bob's been pretty nice, Jordan, so I wouldn't be too worried about Bob right now. Bob's been a good citizen today. What's that, Fu Man? Yes, muscles. You need to wear a thong and get all oiled up. What are you talking about? Quante, I said, what do I think is the amount of animal products won't be considered plant-based diet? I said it's an ambiguous term. Plant-based diet is inherently a non-specific, therefore ambiguous term. So I can't define what it is. It just means plant-based. I think for most of us vegans, when we use the word, we mean a vegan diet and plant-based diet as the same thing. Remember, vegan diet doesn't mean you're necessarily vegan. You could be eating a vegan diet, and not have any vegan reasons. And so I use the terms almost interchangeably, plant-based diet and vegan diet. I don't use the word vegan interchangeably with plant-based, if you understand my distinction there. Anyway, yeah, it's an ambiguous term. In my mind, vegan diet means plant-based diet. But for someone else, they might not see it like that. So that's why I prefer not to use plant-based diet all that often, because it's of its inherent ambiguity. What's that, Metalhead? If you win the lottery, you'll buy me a $4,000 coffee maker before tax for me? For Angie? Wow, is that what Brad Pitt's advertising there, Angie? Some fancy, expensive coffee maker? I'm just excited that we have one more good day of weather tomorrow for our coffee morning. Let me see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. I thought it was going to be another 75-degree day. Okay, today was 78. I lied. Earlier I said it was like 74 or 75. It was 78 today. Tomorrow, 77. Even Sunday is going to be 75 degrees, and that's the day the weather is going to slowly start changing. But anyway, it's going to be sunny and 77 tomorrow. So our coffee date is looking very on. So I'm looking forward to that. It's weird. It's like a new pleasure Angie introduced me into this year. Going out like once a week, sitting outside on a nice, beautiful day, having, for me, a half calf, and just reading Reddit or whatever and chilling out for a little bit. Anyway, RB, do I not worry more about deficiency as I age? Only so much supplements can do for you. Well, Robert, or RB, I should say. Well, I don't know if you're new to our channel, I've been putting my blood lab tests up ever since I started our channel in 2013. In fact, I have some labs that go back before our channel started. I took some in 2012. I've been vegan since 2010, so I'm doing fine. And yeah, I barely take any supplements, and I'm doing fine. So the older you get, the U.S. government recommends we should supplement with a few things. Like people over the age of 50 are encouraged to take B12 supplements. Not vegans, just everyone. If you're my age, you should be taking a B12 supplement anyway. In fact, most people should, because we've seen many studies that show B12 absorption's an issue. You might be, meat eaters might be eating it in their meat and stuff, but doesn't mean they're probably it's not as bioavailable as you think it might be. So I'm not a medical doctor. Anyway, 40% of Americans under the age of 50 should just take a supplement anyway, whether they're vegan or not, just because of the bioavailability issues that 40% of Americans seem to suffer from. But yeah, I'm doing fine. Everything's good. You can watch my blood labs. Iron's high, testosterone of a 28-year-old. I'm doing just fine. So whatever I'm doing, the food, the supplements, no doctor said, Ryan, you've gotten by all these years, but now that you're this old now, you got to start eating meat because you're going to die or something like that. No, nothing of the sort. In fact, they're always looking at me as some super healthy specimen of my age. They go, bro. They don't say bro, but it's like most guys that come in your age, they're on their hemoglobin A1C's through the roof. They're diabetic or pre-diabetic. They're on all sorts of medications. I'm on none. I'm doing pretty well. Your average, let me just put it to you like this, RB. Your average man my age is on multiple medications because of diet and lifestyle issues that have caused health ailments. I'm on none. So I guess my vegan diet hasn't been failing me, considering all these other people who are not vegan have had to go on meds. And I'm not saying being on meds is bad. I'm just saying doing all right. Yeah, Sarah, bottom line, I just said meat is not a vitamin. Here's the deal. Let's say I were deficient in B12. I know this because I've talked to doctors. They don't say, oh, you need to eat more meat, as they write a prescription. Buy some T-bone steak and some sirloin and blah, blah, blah. Go to Arby's and no. They'll say, get a B12 prescription. I mean, they could prescribe B12 for you as a doctor. They'll just say, go buy some B12. They'll prescribe B12, not meat, as the way to raise lowered B12 levels. In fact, like I said, you could be eating the meat if you're not absorbing it for various issues, intrinsic factor, things like that, that might not be working well for you for whatever reason, your age or just your genetics. A supplement handles it. You can absorb it much easier, more, you're not gonna have the problems I'm not a doctor, but that's my point. Just take a supplement. Anyway, Jalen has become a member. Awesome. How often do I consume cooked food? Are you asking as like a raw food? That's a really weird question. I would imagine it being phrased otherwise. Like, how often do I eat non-cooked food? That's my morning, or sometimes in the afternoon, like today when I got back from the gym, smoothies, which are comprised of ice cubes, water, frozen berry mix. It has like blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, cherries, stuff like that, I think. And bananas, like a bunch of bananas, and some ground flaxseed. So that's a pretty raw meal. I think it's an all raw. Maybe the flaxseed might be cooked a little bit. I never looked into that, but it's pretty much an all raw meal. So I start off pretty much every day, almost every day, like 9 out of 10 days as a raw foodist. Not that I'm trying to be a raw foodist. That's just my preferred first meal of the day, Jaden. Then after that, I'll eat whatever. Like today, we had a stir fry. Some brown rice, some tofu, broccoli, and other greens that Angie made. So yeah, I pretty much eat cooked food for lunch and dinner, and then raw food, if you want to look at it like that, for breakfast. RB, I went vegan in 2010, and I'm 56 now. So I'm not a mathematician, but would that make me around 43 when I went vegan? Something like that. Yeah, Travis, I guess I could put some cooked beans in that smoothie, huh? Unraw it for a little bit there. Fu Manpu, tamarind, any fruit will do. I was putting fresh fruit in for the longest time, but Angie found this deal, like this big giant bag of frozen fruit. I go, wow, this is way cheaper than buying fresh fruit all the time and having it sometimes go bad and you can't use it anymore. I use every last bit of the frozen fruit, and I tell you, get a big bag. It's like a volume discount, So yeah, that's what I've been doing right now. It's delicious. Wow, Nikki, you have some results to share with us. Diabetes diagnosis removed. Half prescriptions removed on just the first 6 months eating vegan. Wow. 50 pounds down. Labs in 3 months. Vegan whole food eating works. No need to harm animals. Exactly. Isn't that great? Not harming animals actually helps you to harm yourself less. If you want to look at it like that, it's good for the animals. And if you eat a healthy vegan diet, which you don't have to eat, you could just have a bunch of beer and Oreos and call it a day, say you're vegan. But if you want to eat a healthy vegan diet, like I prefer to, and it sounds like you do as well, yeah, it's a win-win. Hey, Jordan, you love working? You've been weightlifting now. Wow, when did you start that, Jordan? I didn't know you were lifting weights. Or have you been doing that for a while? I just didn't know. Dr. Bear, the mathematician, can vouch for my math there. I subtracted correctly there. I'm glad I have to get my calculator out. Peter's saying that Fully Raw Christina once recommended people do an entire month of juice fast. Well, again, she's not a medical professional. She's not a doctor or a trained licensed dietitian or anything. Where is she getting this from? Why should people do an entire month of a juice fast? Like, why? And how can she know people will do it responsibly? They might not, so that's kind of an irresponsible thing to proclaim all people should do. Sarah, you love Costco frozen blueberries, cherries, and sunrise blend. Yeah, before I was kind of a snob, against frozen fruit, but I don't have a problem with it now. I'm cool with getting more frozen veggies. Not saying everything I get is frozen, but I have no problem having a mix of fresh stuff and some frozen stuff too. The frozen stuff will last, it's not going to go bad. There's some pluses to it. What's that, RB? Vegetarian his whole adult life? Who are you talking about? Not me, because, yeah, according to my math, I went vegan around 43. Let's see, trying to catch up on some of your comments there. Duke, good question. Did I become vegan for moral reasons or health reasons? Well, no, I think it's a good question. No, I absolutely 100% went vegan for the animals. It just occurred to me one day. I tell you, this story, forgive me if you've heard it a million times, it's like hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm going, why would I want to have animals die for me, be killed for me, be exploited horribly their whole lives before they get slaughtered for me, when I can eat plants and not have all those animals be raised to be exploited and slaughtered? To me, it seemed like a no-brainer. Like, I love animals. Animals are cool. If I can eat plants and get what I need from them to not die and be healthy and thrive, like, why wouldn't I? Like, sure, it involves some change, and change can be scary. Like, what am I going to eat? Those kinds of things. Like, what do I do now? And there wasn't as much information back when I first went vegetarian in the 1990s. And it didn't last that long because I didn't have great information. I was living at home. My mom was responsible for a lot of the food in the house. And she was going along with me, but she only could learn so many recipes. Bless her for trying to help me. She was cool with it. But yeah, I definitely went vegan for the animals. And I later learned, it's actually good for you if you eat a healthy vegan diet as opposed to a vegan diet that, say, consists solely of beer, pretzels, and Oreos. Not as good for you. Are you serious? So you're thinking if someone came up to me like a neighbor and, here's a gift for you, Ryan. Here's a cake and it has like dairy in it, or here's a Arby's steak sandwich, and I should eat it to not. I say no, you keep it. I'm vegan. I haven't had any animal products in 13 years, and I'm just not gonna all of a sudden randomly violate my moral and ethical beliefs because a stranger, without any provocation on my doing, brought me food without knowing that I've been vegan for 13 years and have a vegan YouTube channel. No, I would say, hey, if you're concerned about waste the quantity, I say, give it to someone else. You can, thank you. I appreciate your generosity and thinking about me. That's really considerate of you, neighbor, friend. But I'm vegan, been vegan for 13 years. I haven't had any animal products in 13 years, and I plan to never consume animal products again. So I'm very thoughtful of you. I thank you, and you can eat it yourself or give it to someone else in need. So it will not go to waste. So like I'm the last human left on the planet or something like that, Kwani. So great hypothetical question, though. Yeah, Sarah. I could have answered. I like Sarah's simple, short answers. At the Kwane, no, vegans don't eat any meat. Even if someone gives it to you with kind, generous intentions, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their intentions are. Duke Valentino, happy health vegan. Do vegans dislike meat eaters? That's a good question. Depends what you mean by you. If you're talking about me personally, no, that would mean I dislike my mom. I dislike most of my family and friends. No, I'm not like that. I will say there are some hardcore, kind of more mean vegans. I don't know what to call them. Ones that have more of a dark side to them. I don't want to mention any names, any YouTubers or anything, but there are certain vegans out there who seem to like hate meat eaters. And some will go as far as to say meat eaters should be killed or something like that. Just crazy terrorist type of crap like that. I'm not like that. No, I love my mom. I wish she were vegan, but I've tried so long to show her the way and the benefits, and she's just old and stubborn. I still love my mom, and she's not vegan. So no, I don't dislike meat eaters. But it really depends on who you talk to. Are you going to talk to a more psychotic vegan or just a regular, nice, reasonable person vegan like me? Duke Valentino, that's a good question. In a survival situation, I said in a survival situation, yeah, the rules are different. I have no idea. I've never been in a survival situation, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But I know for sure if I were to stranded on a desert island and I couldn't find any more edible plants or there weren't enough, but I could wander out in the water and I saw, there's some clams and mollusks and sea urchins. I would eat that. I would know if that meant not dying. I would definitely dabble out into that. who knows if I'd go up to fish or so. I don't know. I've never been there, but for sure, I would eat some bivalves to save my life for sure. And I probably would maybe go into fish if it meant not coming back in a casket, meaning, not dying. So yeah, I've never been in a survival situation, so I can't give you an honest answer about that because I've never been in one. But for sure, the bivalves, no doubt about that. The bivalves are there, and it meant I wasn't dying. I would eat them. But it's funny how often that comes up as a vegan, like survival situations. Almost like it seems like this year, like about like maybe 1/3 of the videos I make, like survival situations. Like when I respond to people, it's like, "Well, I'm no longer vegan." Survival situations come up. Like Vegetable Police was bringing up survival situations. It's weird how vegans hypothetically find themselves in people's thought experiments involving survival situations. It's kind of mind blowing. Yeah, Jokic, great point. In dire situations, people ate people. Study some United States history, the Donner Party. They left. They were crossing this high mountain range in California, the Sierra Nevada. It's really high, really treacherous. They left a little late in the season. Winter's approaching. And there was an early winter storm, and basically their party stopped. They couldn't progress anymore. Mountain passes became impassable, cold weather, animals their oxen or whatever dying, and people were dying, and they resorted to having to eat some of their dead travel partners in order to survive. I don't think everyone had to, but some people had to engage in cannibalism. I'm sure before the trip, if you were to ask them, would you ever eat a human being even if your life depended on it? I'm sure all of them would say an emphatic no way in hell. But in a survival situation, they had to violate their ethical principles and eat a fallen friend. Yeah, these questions are kind of triggering, huh? Anyway, enough of survival situations. I just want to bring up, even people thought they would never eat people, ended up eating people. Yeah, angry vegan. A better question is, if you had an abundance of healthy plant foods available, would you still choose to needlessly exploit and kill animals? There's a great question, whether that be in a survival situation or just in your everyday real life in a civilized world situation. Could you eat yourself? I don't know. I guess you could. I guess you could eat a piece of yourself, I guess. Duke, what are you asking? And please don't pick on Angie. She's not going to take it, and I'm not going to take it. The meat industry will be there no matter our dietary choices. What are you trying to say? What is your question, Duke? Let me scroll back up. How comes we accept that animals eat meat, yet it is morally wrong for humans to eat meat? Why do they get a free pass? Well, it depends what you're talking about. Like many animals, like the ones you eat, like cows, they graze plants. People have this fantasy that all animals are out there hunting other animals. Yeah, some do, and many other animals don't. So just don't say all animals are hunters hunting other animals. The animals that you're eating probably are just peaceful grazers. And Sarah, yeah, just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. Just because a human body can eat a dead animal, digest it, and not die immediately doesn't mean, I can do that. It means we ought to do it. My example is, hey, I could take a crap on your head, Duke. I could sit on above your head and release crap on you. Doesn't mean I ought to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you ought to do something, or that it's something that should be done. It's something desirable or beneficial or good for humanity or good for the planet or something like that. Anyway. Yeah, getting some poop jokes in tonight, huh? That's it. That's the sound sitting above his head. Anyway, yeah, Dr. Bear. Yeah, it's an absurd argument. Animals do all sorts of things, like rape and cannibalism and killing cubs of their same species. That wouldn't be morally acceptable for humans. Yeah, just because an animal does something in nature doesn't mean we ought to do it. It's some kind of appeal to nature fallacy. It's like an appeal to animal behavior fallacy. You know, yeah, I saw an animal, I saw a bear eat its cub, therefore I should be able to eat my baby too. I mean, it's that same kind of, just because an animal does something doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's moral or anything of the sort.
Monkeys get a free pass for flinging poo.
Who does?
Monkeys
Get a free pass for flinging poo in the zoos. How come humans don't get a free pass for flinging poo in my live streams, huh?
Exactly.
All right, Duke. Anyway, yeah, you're starting to kind of anger a few people here. So in respect for my community here, Duke, you can come back next week if you have another question. So you have 7 days or 6.5 days to think of something else to ask us, Duke. So ask respectfully. Thanks for your questions. Yeah, and just come back next time if you have another question about veganism that you'd like to ask, because I have a limit of about, just ask one question. Because here, let me just show you what's going on here. Rule number 3 of the Livestream Rules. When trying to debunk veganism, what you're more or less trying to do, trying to find some flaw with veganism, I'll only discuss one claim at a time. Don't bring up new claims. Don't throw poop on the wall. But you can come back next week, fresh of poop, and ask a brand new, fresh question. How's that sound to you, Duke? Oh, Duke is in YouTube jail now. Okay, Duke, so hopefully no hard feelings. But that's just the rules that we have here. I guess you weren't aware of them. So that's why you got put it.
Fresh material.
What's that?
Have to
Come back with some fresh material. Ooh, double pun there. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, we time people out for violating our rules. And when you join our live stream, the first time you make a comment, you should have gotten something like this. It's a new feature that YouTube added in the past few months where I kind of make a shortened version of the live stream rules. So basically, you should have known this. So, if you didn't, no hard feelings. Just want to let you know why you were put into temporary YouTube jail. Fritz, tips on being vegan, you're practically there? Well, what's the hang up? What's the hurdle? Let us know, because it's so vague. Be specific, and we can give you some advice if we know what kind of advice to give you. Sarah, it got mad at you? Streamlabs got mad at you? Wow. Sarah, what did you say? Wow, that was mean of Streamlabs. Just in case you did, please refrain from using foul, harassing language. If you can't be civil, you'll be blocked. Wow, I don't even remember typing that message out in Streamlabs before. Wow, let me know what happened there, Sarah. I apologize for that. Yeah, Samuel, good point. It's a social justice movement, veganism. It's not a wildlife justice movement. Veganism is not about how animals operate and behave in the wild. A lot of people animals in the wild do this. This is not about wildlife animals. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I guess you can exploit wild, but we're not talking about what wildlife animals do in the wild with other animals. Humans could still be jerks and exploit wild animals. Not saying that doesn't happen. Yeah, Sarah is out of control. You got that right, Bob. So anyway, yeah, Jokic, that's just an excuse. That's it's called the Nirvana fallacy. Nirvana, not the band, but the idea of this perfect situation, Nirvana. If you can't do something 100%, you're not going to do it. You won't even try. There'll always be abuse. But yeah, just because there'll still be some animal cruelty and exploitation when you go vegan, or even if everyone's vegan, doesn't mean it's a worthless idea, and there won't be some major improvements, giant improvements, if these changes were to happen. But yeah, just because you're not going to get a perfect outcome doesn't dismiss the original change that you want to make as worthless. So anyway, Oh yeah, good point, Dr. Bear. Yeah, Streamlabs have it set up to not like all caps. Just because 9 out of 10 times when someone's typing in all caps, it's usually, I'm eating meat right now. It's usually that kind of thing. Sometimes it's not. That's why I say 9 times out of 10, my all caps filter is doing its job. And I apologize. I love you too, Jordan. Thanks for sharing that. You know, Angie and I love you, Jordan. What's that, Seamus? Don't bring what up with your friends? Oh, Seema. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. Going vegan was the easiest thing you ever did. Just don't bring it up with your friends because your friends aren't cool with it. Yeah, Sarah, here's some good tips for anyone wanting to go vegan or having trouble with their life here. Find vegan friends. Hang out in the vegan chats like this one and others. I'm the regular Friday one. You can guarantee I'm here Friday live streams at 6 p.m. An hour and a half ago is when I started. Make delicious vegan food and share with your friends, even if they're not vegan. Bob, red beans are the best. All beans are the best. All legumes are awesome. I never met a legume I didn't like. Allison, yeah, it seemed to be the time when anti-vegan trolling really ratcheted up around 2019, 2020. Probably when the meat industry really started their organized, well-funded campaign against vegans. I'm sure they've come into our live stream. I'm telling you, I think that's why we're not seeing so many now, because, you know, I think they find wasting their time in my live streams is a waste of time because I humiliate them and show them what just complete nonsense that they're spewing. All right, this is a question I'm kind of William 03. Does someone want to explain to William for me why egg eating is not an idea compatible with veganism? Like, William, what happens with? I just ask you, what do you think happens? Well, first let's look what veganism is, and you guys, if you want to start typing. Let me just show what veganism. If veganism is buying a shirt from or a book from us, no, it's simply a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So in the egg industry, male chicks are produced. What happens with them? Are they taken to a palace and treated like kings for the rest of their lives? What happens with them? But anyway, another that's the cruelty part. As Jesse 12string says, not our eggs. It's exploitation. Let's look what the definition of exploitation is. A lot of people don't fully grasp what exploitation is. Definition. Oh crap. Sorry. Definition. If I could spell, not definition. Definition. Exploitation. All right, here we go. The act of treating the action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Well, chickens are producing eggs for chicken things, for chicken reproduction purposes. So if humans were to come and scoop the egg, take the egg away, you're exploiting them. You're utilizing a living being's body, using the product of their body's work, output, an egg or eggs, and taking them for human benefits, such as eating them yourself, selling them for profit, what have you, engaging in business affairs. That's exploitation. That's just literally right off the definition of exploitation, unfairly benefiting from someone else's work. So chickens aren't making eggs for humans. Chickens produce eggs because they're biological creatures, as all biological creatures do. They need to reproduce to make another generation. And we're taking the work of their reproductive efforts and benefiting from it, making food. So that's exploitation. So there's cruelty involved in egg production. Male chicks are slaughtered. There's exploitation, taking the product of their work away from them and using it for human benefit. It's cruelty and exploitation. So I'm not sure how eggs can be looked upon as vegan, since they violate both points, cruelty and exploitation. So anyway, Nikita, you're going? I didn't even see you on earlier. I apologize if you've been on for a while. So anyway, hey Priscilla. Saying to Sarah, you never liked eggs either. I'd only eat them in baked goods. Same with milk. So gross. Always makes me feel sick after eating them. Well, whoever asked the question earlier said, well, what if you just did it in your backyard? Still, it doesn't matter. You're still exploiting chickens. If you're say you grew them or had them in your backyard, okay, and you're taking the eggs yourself, you're still taking eggs away from them. You might not be killing the male chicks, maybe, I don't know, but you're still taking their eggs away from them. The same thing with like bees making honey. Bees make honey because that's what they do. That's what their purpose in life is. That's why bees exist, to produce honey for their colony and for bee purposes within the colony. So if a human comes and takes the honey away from the bees in their colony, you're taking away from them. You just exploited them. You used the product of their work, their bodily work of producing honey, and used it for human benefits, such as consuming it yourself for sweetener, which you didn't need to do, or selling it to make money. Same thing with the eggs. Even if it's in your backyard and you don't sell it for money, you take it for your own personal use, you have exploited that chicken. By the definition, the action or fact of treating someone, and I consider animals as someone's, unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Their work is producing eggs or honey. So to me, it's a slam dunk, clear cut case. I don't know why there's any ambiguity. I don't know why people come and ask questions if they truly understand what veganism is, stance against animal cruelty and exploitation, and they know what exploitation is. It's so black and white, it couldn't be more binary to me. You're making falafel this weekend, Sarah. Send some my way. I will send you my address. Giovanni, is it vegan to use styling gel? I don't know. What's the gel made out of? I have no clue. I bet some are vegan and some are not, is my guess. That's my initial naive answer or speculation. Yeah, Vixie Pixie. Animals are sentient. Just leave them alone. Yeah, here's a good perspective that Jesse 12string brings up about eggs in the backyard here. Jesse 12string says, if someone put me in their backyard to produce babies, I would feel pretty exploited. Lol. Sounds ridiculous because it is. 100%, Jesse. Yeah, good to put it in a human perspective. It would be exploiting a human if your body were placed in a backyard for the sole purpose of producing babies that someone else is going to take and do stuff with. Either eat them or sell them or something. I've answered enough of RB's questions. Again, let's look at the poop wall. When here to debunk veganism, I put that in quotes. Is anyone here trying to find or poke holes with veganism? I'll only discuss one of your claims at a time. Why? Because goalposts start to move. Secondly, I don't want any one person, especially someone trying to debunk veganism, to monopolize our time here. I think I'm more than generous, giving you one opportunity to present one example or one claim or what have you, and to me give you my best evidence-based, logic, critical thinking-based response. I think that's more than generous. Most other live YouTube streamers don't do this. So if you want to come back in the future, RB, you're more than welcome to, and bring another one singular example. Give me a great one. But I think we need to move on, RB. So hope you can respect that. These are the rules. I've had these for years. If you're new, totally cool, but just letting you know how it works here. Yeah, good point, Jordan. Golden rule. That others treat others the way you would like to be treated. Jordan wouldn't want to be exploited, so he's not going to exploit others. Great point. Okay, Peter, you put him in timeout for 10 seconds so RB could read and understand what I was saying. And you're welcome to come back in the future, RB. Okay, no hard feelings of any kind. I have my rules and I have my reasons. RB, yeah, you can come back next week. Like I said, we can talk about your job next week, okay, RB? These are my rules. I said no one should monopolize my time too much. And we answered your question. I think I answered it very thoroughly, and you should respect that. And we could answer other questions in the future. You cool with that, RB? What's that, Peter? You told people about respecting others tonight at the horse carriages protest. They said horses need jobs. No, horses don't need jobs. Horses don't have social security numbers. They don't get paychecks. They don't have bank accounts. They don't have the rights of people. Horses don't have jobs. Horses are exploited by people who have jobs, but horses are people who are paying others. It's like to ride them and stuff like that. But the horses don't have jobs. That's ludicrous. The horses don't have jobs. If the money goes to the horse, it doesn't go to the horse. If the horse is like in a movie or something like that, it goes to the horse owner. It doesn't go to the horse. So so they're bred for it. So if a human was bred specifically to be exploited his whole life, like say to be put in a backyard to produce babies that are taken from them, then that makes it okay. Hey, that human was bred to be a human baby maker. Like, was that Dr. Bear's example of how, chicken eggs is not an ethical thing because there's inherent exploitation. Just so if someone's bred to be exploited, it's cool. It's like saying, yeah, killing cows is totally fine because they were bred to be slaughtered. That's a ridiculous argument because it denies the underlying rights that these animals have. They shouldn't be bred into existence to be exploited their entire life. So that's the whole point that they're missing. They shouldn't be bred into a life of exploitation. You won't be back, RB? Why not? I thought I was really respectful of your question and answered it very thoroughly, but you're not going to come back? Why is that? I'm just kind of curious. Why not? Now, Robert, horses were not born with a saddle unless they start genetically modifying horses to have a built-in saddle or something gross like that. Mellow greetings. How do you know how dairy cows feel? How does a male calf born in? Let's talk about dairy. Dairy is beneficial for them. They appreciate our care. How do you say that to a male calf that's born on a dairy farm who's taken into a little crate to be sold off as veal, or the less fortunate ones are immediately slaughtered? How is that? Would you say beneficial? They appreciate our care. How is that caring for an animal? Because remember, to have a dairy cow produce milk, the female cow needs to be forcibly impregnated, already exploited right there. So they're keeping her in captivity, forced impregnated against her will to produce milk, which doesn't go to her calves. The calves are taken away to be killed, or the female ones who become future dairy calves possibly have all that milk taken away that their bodies are producing. They're exploiting the female calf to continuously pregnant for like 5 years or something like that, and then when she's not producing enough milk to make it profitable, she's slaughtered. So again, how do they appreciate that? How is that taking care of the cows? I only see exploitation, and the only benefits I see out of it are for the humans. It's purely exploitative. How can you say killing a calf is taking care of them? If that's your definition of taking care of them, please don't take care of me or any humans if you think killing it is like totally cool. Yeah, AJ says exactly. I'm going to read it again, AJ. Cows are forcibly impregnated over and over, and their male calves are taken and killed. How is that caring for them? Again, that's a really effed up sense of caring. Caring means killing, right? That's what you're really saying. We're caring for them. We kill them. Well, don't care for anything in your life if that's part of what you include in the array of attributes that falls under caring. And Sarah points out, milk is nasty for humans because it's not human milk. Like, what other species drinks the milk of another species and drinks it well past like childhood? It's just crazy. Any way you look at it, like, this is nuts. Why are we drinking the milk of another? What if we told people, yeah, rat milk? Everyone needs to drink rat milk now. People, oh, that's so gross. Like, why? It's another species, just like a cow. How is a rat not as cool as a cow? They're all animals. Cow milk is for baby cows. Rat milk is for baby rats. Human milk is for baby humans. Simple. You don't need to have like a rocket science degree to understand that, or a degree in nutrition and dietetics or something. Yeah, AJ, and most people don't react well to dairy, right? AJ, it made you bloated and sinusy. Yeah, most humans that have ever existed on planet Earth are lactose intolerant. So you can't say it's like some kind of perfect human food or something like that, because most people can't process lactose properly. No, I totally got what you said, Mellow Greetings. You said dairy is like a symbiotic relationship. The animals and humans taking care of each other. It's all beautiful love, taken care of and helpful and beneficial for all. No. Tell that to the animals that get slaughtered. Tell that to the animals that are forcibly impregnated. You can't make an argument that somehow dairy farming is totally nice and blissfully great and like a version of nirvana heaven for the animals, because it's the complete opposite. Yeah, Dr. Bear. So let's look at his logic here, Dr. Bear. So he's suggesting that dairy does not require forcible impregnation, theft, and killing of baby male cows, and killing spent dairy cows. Yeah, you're saying that doesn't happen in the dairy industry. It's done without those attributes, those actions here. Let's I'd like to see the response to that. What's that, Uncle? It takes a whole lot of rat milk to make a glass full? I guess that's why they didn't choose rats, huh? No one needs any amount of milk, raw or not. No one needs milk. I don't know how Saladino can say that with a straight face, because if milk is needed or necessary, why am I not dead? Why am I not deficient? Why do I have great blood labs? Why am I dunking in my 50s, not having had milk in over a decade? Like, apparently you don't need any kind of milk whatsoever. Why do we still drink milk? Because of all the marketing. A huge part of our taxes, if you're a United States taxpayer, is taken from us and given to the dairy board. Dairy council, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, basically the bottom line is we are subsidizing as United States taxpayers not only lower prices for their products, but we're subsidizing advertising for these products. So yeah, the demand's always going to be there because we're creating the demand by our taxpayer-funded marketing campaign for dairy products. Let's see, Priscilla, you said someone told you that lots of animals drink the milk of other species. Then I would like a specific example. Anyone could say lots. That's so vague. Like, who are these animals? Be specific. I can't imagine any animal trying to sneak up on a mother of another animal still. Like, yeah, like what? I mean, maybe it happens rarely. I mean, that just shows it's if there's an exception to the rule, it shows there's a rule, which is the rule being that animals drink the milk from their own species. But yeah, I guess in theory, if you raise like maybe a goat and a dog together, maybe the dog could somehow form a mother relationship with the, I don't know, who knows? It's weird, but it's not a thing that's happening on the reg. Wow, Dr. Bear, not to get political here, but I'm going to read your comment here. And now our government wants schools to be able to serve high saturated fat whole milk in public schools thanks to the Republican Party. Why would the Republican Party want to be the ones pushing that? It's kind of interesting. Huh. I don't know if most of the milk comes from California, Muthula. I know like Wisconsin's a big dairy state. There's other ones out there too. I don't know how it breaks down, but yeah, there's a lot of dairy out here. Yeah. And just because animals do something, yeah, if it happens once in a while in nature or whatever, doesn't mean we should. Just the way we said earlier, just because animals might like rape other animals in nature or eat their own babies or eat the babies of someone other animal, doesn't mean we should do these things. Just because an animal does something is not justification for it being a moral action that humans should also do and feel good about. Yeah, dairy industry is the meat industry. It's the same business. Yeah, I bet squirrel milk's tasty too. Why don't people drink squirrel milk? Not that I'm promoting that. Because I'm sure if you ask most people about that, they would say it's gross. But why? Why would squirrel or rat milk be gross? Why is cow milk something great? Okay, it's normal tea. You saw it happen once, right? Okay, so again, it just shows you that if you found the exception to the rule, it shows that there is the rule, the norm. It shows you, yeah, once in a while something weird happens. Yeah, you always hear about, dog bites man. Once in a blue moon, man bites dog. But that doesn't mean man bites dog is the norm. It's just so weird because it's so rare. Allison, yeah, one reason I hate taxes too, because I know my money as a vegan is going to fund industries that I am morally against. That should not be subsidized as far as driving the prices of meat and dairy down lower, and shouldn't be subsidized as far as marketing, promoting their foods, primarily to young people. South Florida has a lot of farms, dairy farms too. I wasn't aware of that. I've never been to Florida. Peter, you really hate Christmas sometimes. For some reason, we increase our animal cruelty just for a Christmas holiday. Yeah, the fantasy, let's go ride a horse-drawn carriage in the cold snow or something like that. Oh, that's exploiting an animal. That's part of my Christmas fantasy. Fritz, you decided when you retire, yeah, have your party be vegan. Show them that vegan stuff doesn't have to be boring or undelicious. Undelicious, that's a new word. Yeah, Jordan, animals should be happy on this earth instead of being sad or scared. So simple and true, Jordan. People just, let's hear it from a 15-year-old. You're not going to you're going to say it like it is. Animals should be happy on this earth, right? Who would disagree with that? Who would rightfully say, no, animals should be sad and or scared, right? I mean, we're just talking about basic ideas that Jordan understands so clearly here. Please help them by going vegan. Help them be happy. You're in your 60s. Retirement is close. Awesome, Fritz. Are you ready for it? Yeah, Dr. Bear, if Mellow Greetings is making some sort of empirical claim, provide the evidence, because we don't have to debunk it. If you're not going to give us any... Here, let me show you why. Let me show you a nice epistemological... maxim that I like. Hutchins' razor here. What can be asserted without evidence, like some of these claims are here tonight, can be dismissed without evidence. So we're under no onus to provide evidence to dismiss a claim that was entered here without any evidence. You get it? You got to show us your evidence. We don't have to show crap. We're not gonna waste our time responding to your non-evidence-based claim. Why? You just can make up anything. Show us your evidence. Just don't make us... We're not going to debunk you. You have to show us your evidence. Sarah, yeah, you've been here 2 hours, Sarah. Yeah, you've been here the whole time. You're going to duck out. Have a wonderful week in Vegans You Rock. Thanks for being with us, Sarah. And hopefully our members-only live stream will be a good time for you. I'll try to give you a heads up if I know when it's going to be. But I'm sure when we know it's going to be, we'll announce it on our community tab. And hopefully it won't be like, hey, we're going on in 10 minutes or something like that. So anyway, hopefully, but yeah, we'll probably, I'm not sure if it'll happen between now and next Friday, but we'll see you soon, Sarah. Video arts production. What's closed-minded people got to do with anything? I've not seen your comment in context. Peter says, okay, I timed them out now for 10 minutes. Each time he comes back with no evidence, I'll just keep increasing the timeout. Yeah, we are very evidence-based here. We need evidence. What can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. If someone's going to say, hey, man, I'm from planet Z-Box 7. Prove me wrong. No, show us the evidence that you're from planet Z-Box 7. Hey, Ryan, I know you're a meat eater. I saw you at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, someone was saying this a few years ago. Like, well, you can say whatever the hell you want, but unless you have some kind of something, I don't have to respond. I'm not going to respond to every idiotic claim that's made without any evidence. Allison, you asked very politely for proof. No, we don't have to look it up. Again, he's the one making anyone who's making the claim, it's their responsibility to prove, to support that claim. It's not our job. If I say I'm from planet Z-Box 7, you guys don't have to go out and look on the internet for planet Z-Box 7. Can humans travel to planet Z-Box 7? How likely would, you don't have to do that. It's a waste of time. People making outrageous claims need to support them. Yeah, maybe so on New Year's Eve. We usually don't do anything because we're homebodies. Hey, Jokic. Ryan, question. What is your stance on Sanctuaries selling woolly items to raise money for sheep whose wool it was? Saw some tiny sheep toys on VegFest. Wow, I've never even seen that, so I've never really thought about it before. Initially, it sounds like something I'm not into because it sounds like it would, again, we're using the product of their bodies for benefit. And this is weird. It would raise money for the benefit of the animals. So that's weird. You usually don't see the benefit going to the animals. Usually when you take a product of an animal's body, like their eggs or honey, it's going to benefit humans. In this case, it's going back to benefit animals, which is presents kind of a dilemma or conundrum. I'm not sure how to answer that. It's like, what's going to benefit the animals? So I don't know how to answer that exactly. I need to think about this. I've never heard or seen that before. I'm going to ponder that for a while. What do you guys think? What's your initial thoughts on this? I'm just kind of puzzled. I've never seen the benefit going to the animal before, because in the case of an animal sanctuary, the benefits go to the animals. What do you guys think? This is a new one. Okay, Allison, thanks for clarifying that. I don't know what's for dinner tonight, Uncle. I don't know. Yeah, that's totally one way to look at it, Dr. Bear. Yeah, responding to Jokic and me. Yeah, if the benefit's going back to the animals, a nonprofit like Sanctuary, and they need money to feed the animals and clean the poop of the animals and pay for veterinary care of the animals, are the animals really being exploited then? I guess the wool, I guess the sheep might be being exploited for the benefit of the other animals there, like the goats and the pigs and stuff like that. Because, why do the sheep have to have their bodies exploited by the other animals? I don't know. It's this is an interesting question. They don't see the contradiction in that, huh, Peter? They don't see any problem with that. Wow, it blows my mind. Oh, you love my shirt here, the Doesn't Suck Being Vegan shirt. Yeah, I'm such bad at self-promotion, but if anyone wants to get one of our shirts here, let me just show the link for the merch.happyhealthyvegan.org. These are not sent by us anymore. These are from Teespring, but you can get all our cool designs, even our traditional Happy Healthy Vegan shirt that we've had for years. We can make it here now. We do make it here now. You can get the cult member stuff. I'll put the link here for our shirts. That could be your Christmas gift to yourself. Oh, video arts. Yeah, you're saying you're not going to change their minds. They are trying to pick a fight. If you're talking about like people that are like anti-vegan, yeah, basically. What's that, Bill? You're just talking to Peter. Remember kids raising money for diabetes but giving candy for the donation? What's up, Dr. Bear? The real ethical issue is that sheep were bred to produce so much wool in the first place. Yeah, humans have done that to them, unfortunately. Sheep that already exist have to be sheared, though, and if it's for nonprofit, could be okay. Yeah, the sheep are going to be producing wool whether they're rescue sheep or not. Cologne 64, thanks for subscribing. If you're here, say hello in the chat. Jordan, do you think we can meet up again next year? Are you coming out again next year for that event that you came out for this year? Let me know. I'm sure we could work something out. And probably I would say the place we wanted to have dinner at in the first place won't be just closed down at the last minute like it happened to us this year. Allison, the BC SPCA hates animal activists. Such irony. All right, cool. Keep us informed on that, Jordan. I'm sure we can work something out. Pretty sure. Fritz, I don't think that would happen in this case because they're not trying to exploit the wool off the sheep. It sounds like they're just trying to just give it a haircut because it needs one. Seema, no, we don't accept any crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that. We've never set up any kind of crypto payment system. It's just very difficult and kind of expensive. Yeah, they have to be sheared for their health. You can't like give them birth control. Totally. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that point of view. Yeah, AJ gives a good question there to answer. I'm sorry, response to Kwane there about how sanctuary owners work their fingers to the bone caring for them. That was fun. That was fun, Jordan. Absolutely. That was a cool day. Wow, I'm starting to feel tired already. Let's see. 8:02. I've been doing this for a little over 2 hours. I came on a little early today. And I had oh gosh, how come my iPad hasn't been charging? Hang on one second. Huh. Okay, I gotta check that out. Man, I'm down to 65% power. Good thing it doesn't drain too much. Huh, I gotta see why it's not powering. Veganism debunked. Ryan's iPad has not been charging. Anyway, I gotta think about dinner. I wonder if I should make some with Angie. We haven't done Panda Express in a long time, like maybe a month or so. I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on. Wow, Peter. The BC SPCA, instead of addressing animal abuse, they turned animal activists over to the police. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Panda Express tonight. Maybe so. Or maybe I'll just make something chill here. We had a pretty feeling. Yeah, I don't think Panda Express because we had a stir fry for lunch, which is, Asian food. I don't think we're going to go have another big ricey Asian meal again. Yeah, I really don't know what we're going to have tonight. I wonder if Angie has any ideas. What's that, Kwani? You think vegans are hypocrites? They're exploiting animals in a sanctuary. How are they exploiting animals? Do you understand what sanctuary animals are, Kwane? Have you ever been to an animal sanctuary? These are animals that were typically involved in animal agriculture, and for some reason were about to be killed, and there was an opportunity to intervene and save these animals from being killed. So how is that exploiting them? They're taking an animal whose life was about to end and letting it live out the rest of its natural life with humans caring for it. How is that? Explain to me the exploitation there. I'm not seeing it. How saving an animal's life and let it live the rest of its life out like on a mythical farm, but a real actual farm type place. How is that animal exploitation? I want to see that one. I want to see that explanation. Shashu, if you're here, say hello. Thanks for subscribing, Shashu. Okay, here's someone who's actually been, and Polly just subscribed too. If you're here, Polly, say hello. Be Unique, who actually has been to an animal sanctuary, as I have as well. Be Unique Marianne says, I went to my first sanctuary this summer. The pigs are so happy. Does that ever happen on animal agriculture situations? The pigs are happy. They wag their tails like dogs. Adorable. I wouldn't mind Kwane leaving, but I really want to see his explanation about how animal sanctuaries are exploitation, or can be what they do there can be construed as exploitation. All the volunteers working for free, caring for animals, veterinary care being provided to the animals, how and saving animals who are about to be killed. How I want to see how this is exploited. I want to see the gaslighting. I really want to. So I'm really curious. Yeah, as AJ says, these animals are pampered and cared for so well at sanctuaries. Jordan volunteers his time weekly at a sanctuary. And Jordan is against animal cruelty and exploitation, as I am, as Mary Ann are. You think if we had seen firsthand with our own eyes animal cruelty and exploitation when we are at animal sanctuaries, do you think we would be supporting them? That would be donating our time, donating our money to them if we saw animal cruelty and exploitation? So please tell us something that we were missing. We were so blinded that we missed this obvious cruelty and exploitation. You're not coming back, huh? Then why do vegans go visit sanctuaries? Well, it's nothing more than a petting zoo. Well, typically, I don't think you've ever been to them. Sanctuaries are at least the ones I've been to, are not typically open to the public. They are they have occasional events there to attract donations, fundraising, and to attract people to donate, to volunteer their time as well. So this is not a petting zoo. They're not. The animals aren't there for. Here's the thing. On a petting zoo, why do you think that animal is there for? Did they rescue, like a petting zoo? Say there's some goats and pigs there. Were those animals like about to be killed and somehow the petting zoo got a hold of them? No. The only reason why they keep those animals there is for profit, to charge an admission every day that they're open, I should say, to profit. That's the pure point of, that's the only point of a petting zoo, to exploit the presence of these animals in order to charge admission to make money. That's not the business model of a sanctuary. They took animals who were about to be slaughtered or killed in some way and gave them a place where they can live their whole lives out. Petting zoos don't guarantee that the animals that you see today will be there next week or next year. There's no guarantee at petting zoos that these animals are there to live out the rest of their natural lives. The owners could do whatever the hell they want. There's no rules. There's no laws. Sanctuaries are obligated to keep the animal alive for the rest of its natural life. And sure, yeah, they have occasional events there, but that's for fundraising, because they're not open every day, charging admission, exploiting animals. So the comparison is not a valid comparison. You can't compare a zoo to an animal sanctuary. The differences are so vast. Yeah, an animal might get touched and pet on both, but that's where the differences fall apart. Anyway, Kwane, you've occupied way too much of our time. You want to come back next week and try to complain about how vegans are hypocrites. Come back, but have a better argument than saying animals at animal sanctuaries are being exploited. Yeah, here's a good one too, as Bill points out. At petting zoos, you'll see a kid petting the animals and eating chicken nuggets. Not going to see that at an animal sanctuary, because animal sanctuary owners are not hypocrites. They truly are concerned about animals, helping animals, and they understand eating chicken nuggets and taking care of animals in a sanctuary is a complete contradiction. Jordan, vegan, says, I got to give a shout out to Amy, the sanctuary owner. She rescues animals that were dumped onto the street. That's the opposite of exploiting animals. You're taking animals who are on their last legs, about to die, and giving it a home where it can live out the rest of its life and get proper food, proper veterinary care. That's not exploitation. Can we time out Kwane? Okay. We've answered your question thoroughly. You can keep blabbing on, but please time them out. You can come back next week. Okay, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you've taken up way more time than what your questions warrant. Yeah, Dr. Bear, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. I like how you guys sum up what I'm saying here, because we're all thinking the same thing. I can't believe we actually have to explain the differences between profit-seeking zoos that exist for human entertainment and sanctuaries that exist primarily to care for rescued animals. How can you not understand the distinction, the vast gulf between those two concepts? Anyway, and Jordan's gave shout out to Amy, the Sanctuary owner. Amy is no surprise, a vegan, saving chickens from being harmed. Not what a zoo does. A zoo doesn't have petting chickens because, oh, these chickens are about to be harmed. Let's put them in our zoo and keep them safe here. That's not the thought process. That's not the business model. Yeah, Angie and I went there earlier in our dating life before we went vegan. I know what you're talking about. They're up in the desert. Yeah, exotic felines. Long time ago, maybe like 2001 or something like that. Not seen that, Peter. Yeah, Jordan, I don't understand. You're 15 years old, and I assume this person is much older than you, and you clearly understand the distinction between for-profit zoos and rescue sanctuaries. I don't think too many people have a problem understanding the differences between the two. This guy's trying to argue totally insincerely that they're pretty much the same thing, which is absurd. Yeah, Allison, zoos are like SeaWorld. Animals kept in unnatural cages with no room to roam and socialize, no specialized treatment. Oh, okay, that's what that is, Peter? Okay. Huh, never heard of it. Marianne says, of course, I stopped going to zoos when I became vegan. Yeah, us too. But I remember how sad the animals looked. It was depressing. But the sanctuary, they were super happy. Exactly. It was like night and day. Yeah. Yeah, it's not only disgusting, Jordan. It's just flat out insincere. It's just ridiculous. I don't think he even believes the argument he's making. All right, guys, I'm starting to really feel it. You know, Friday, I go to the gym. Let me just quickly look, see how many calories I burned. I didn't play any games today, but I did for the first time in like several months. Because if you guys might remember, I've had some just minor dumb injuries that prevented me from like jumping, sprinting, stuff like that. So let's see. I only expended 648 calories today, but I spent let's see. Oh, I didn't even spend that much time in the higher heart rate zones. Anyway, I'm still pretty tired, I guess, because my body's not used to all the jumping and like stuff I did today. I did jumping and sprinting amongst other things. So I'm feeling it. Anything I haven't done in a few months athletically, first time you do it, it's always kind of the toughest because your body's like, whoa, what's happening? We're not used to doing this all the time. Thanks, Jordan. Love you too. And this is not hard work. Owning a sanctuary is much harder, but it's hard work in another way. It's a lot of time and it's a lot of mental health hard work. You know, people attacking and hating us for just being peaceful people. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. So yeah, again, if you're a channel member, stay tuned. Angie and I plan to do it sometime this month, December, a channel member only live stream. Again, I don't know exactly when it'll be and how much notice you'll have, but we'll try to give you as much as we possibly can. So look forward to that. I look forward to seeing some of the 9 new channel members we got tonight, thanks to the generosity of, it was Sarah and who else did it earlier tonight? Shoot, I forgot who did it here. I thought it was on the sidebar here. I guess not. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for your generous donations for channel members and generous donations for our super chats today. Like I said, these go to help pay our bills, keep the lights on here, so we can keep making content, both musical and vegan related. So thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Uncle, for your moderations, your moderating work tonight, timing people out. And hopefully you guys saw that new feature when you time them out. You have a choice how long you can time them out. A minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 24 hours. It's pretty cool to have that flexibility depending on what kind of person we're dealing with. All right, so thank you. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy last days of autumn. I think next Wednesday is the first day of winter or summer for you guys in Australia, Robert Bird. But anyway, guys, thanks for spending the last live stream of this season with us here tonight. We'll be back next week. Once again, I'm not exactly sure what type of video I'll make next week. What kind of response video I'm going to try. I know Peter sent me all this stuff about vegetable police. I don't want this to turn into the vegetable police response channel, so I think I should chill out on vegetable police, but hopefully I'll have some new content for you next week. But we'll be back here same time, whatever time it is right now. Subtract 2.5 hours, write that down in your calendar or save it to your phone's calendar, whatever, and that's when the live stream will be, guys. So much love to all you guys. Thank you for being my community. Like I said earlier, I found that when I was looking at the 5 or 7 things, I was reading a news article about things that people that live a long time have in their lives. At first I thought, I don't have community. I realized you guys are my community. So thanks for being my community, and thanks for helping me live longer by being my community, guys. Much appreciated. Much love to you guys. So till next week, remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Much love to you guys. Bye.